Ellen, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play House of the Rising Sun by the Animals on the guitar. Here's a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so we only have 7 chord shapes you need to know to play through this song, and we're going to start with our A minor, which looks like this and sounds like this. By the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner course right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out. The next chord you need to know is our C major chord. Next is our D major chord. After that we have our F major chord. We also have our E major chord. E7 chord, and the last chord you need to know is our D minor chord. And those are the only chords you need to know to play through this song. So if any of these chord shapes are new to you, make sure to pause the video and just take a few minutes to memorize them, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them. It will make learning the rest of the song so much easier for you. And if transitioning between chords fast enough is something that you're struggling with, I would recommend checking out my Practice With Me series where we build that skill together in real time. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into these strumming patterns. Now the first thing I always recommend for beginners is to go ahead and pull up the song and sing through the whole thing with a single down strum on your guitar wherever you see those chord changes. It's really going to be helpful to know where those chord changes are going to be, like what word you're singing and things like that, and it just helps you familiarize yourself with the song. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. Alright, so you basically just want to do that for the whole song and get really familiar with where those chords are going to be transitioning while you're singing. This is actually something you do right now if you head over to my Patreon page. I do have a downloadable guide that you can print out and just help you with this process. So make sure to check that out. I'll link it in the description box below. But once you've done the practice pattern, we can go ahead and talk about more of a full strumming pattern that you can use for this song. Alright guys, so a super simple strumming pattern that you can apply for the entire song, as you can see, is down, down, up, down, up. So let's go ahead and zoom in and talk a little bit more about this rhythm. Alright guys, so we're going to count this strumming pattern in a 6/8 rhythm. So basically you can think of that as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you could count it like 1 and a, 2 and a. Whichever one makes more sense in your head, but basically lined up with that, the strumming pattern is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Alright, super simple, and all you want to do is play this pattern through one time for every chord. Except for our E7 chord, we are going to repeat this strumming pattern twice for that chord only. One of the best things about this song is that it's super repetitive in the way that the chords are structured. So if we go through one verse, you can play it through for all the other verses. So let's go ahead and look at verse 1 and go through an example. Just keep going. So like I was saying earlier, this whole song is super repetitive. So what you see in the red box right now, that's going to be repeated after each verse. So basically this song is going to go verse and then those same little block of chords, another verse, another block of those chords over and over again. And so it's really easy to get under your belt after you can get through one verse. You can basically get through the whole song, okay? So basically, yeah, this strumming pattern can be applied for the entire song. You would play it one time through for every chord except for E7 where you repeat it. One little thing that I will add is sometimes I like to dress it up when I'm really getting into this song. I will just play every single beat in this strumming pattern. So instead of down, down, up, I'll go down, up, down, up, down, up. Alright, and it really leads into the next section of the song really well. So for example, one of the places I like to use this in the song is the very last E major chord in that little group of break chords, okay? So we have a minor, C, It kind of just really builds up and leads into the next section really well. So that's totally optional, but that's something that I do like to do kind of at the ends of breaks, right before the solo. I like to do it a lot in the outro as well, and you'll see all of this through in the playthrough. So this is the strumming pattern I would recommend for basically the entire song. It sounds pretty good with the whole thing. So make sure to pause the video and just take a few minutes to memorize it and internalize that pattern and that rhythm before moving on. However, if you are a little more familiar with the song, you will hear that there's kind of a picking pattern that they kind of played in the original version, so I definitely wanted to show you guys how to do that as well. So after you come back, we can go ahead and talk about the picking. Wait, did you know you could send me a video if you need help? That's right, that's just one of the things that I offer through my Patreon page. So really quick before we continue, I wanted to take a second to kind of sponsor myself in this video. If you're somebody who's struggling with anything from chords or transitions or rhythm, bar chords, anything like that, you can send me a video of whatever you're struggling with and asking me any questions that you have, and I will send you a video response back. That's just one of the perks that I offer, in addition to things like printable guitar guides, customizable backing tracks. You can vote on what kind of songs you want to see on my channel and things like that. Those are all exclusives that I offer my patrons on my Patreon page. So if you are interested, it's a really great way to support the channel and help me continue making videos just like this one, while also getting your hands on some really fun exclusive perks that can help you learn your guitar faster. So I will make sure to link all of that in the description box down below if you're interested. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the picking. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have a tab listed on the top half of the screen. So if you don't know how to read tabs, go ahead and check out this video I made. It's a fun little video on how to read guitar tabs. So go ahead and get the basics there, and then you can come back and finish out this video with me. But basically, I am presenting this as a tab or picking pattern, but I actually in my head like to think of it more as strumming. So this is going to be really useful for those of you who are maybe new to picking with your pick. So basically, let's go ahead and put our A minor chord down. Remember that the rhythm is still going to be just like with strumming. It's a 6/8 rhythm, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I want you to do is on each of these tabs, we're going to play the bass note of each chord. So in A minor, that's our open A string. That's going to be all by itself on the first beat. Then between beats 2 and 3, you want to strum through the rest of the chord. 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And basically you're just doing a down strum like normal, except you're kind of breaking it up and letting your pick hit each note individually. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So by the third beat, you should be down here. And then for 4, 5, and 6, you just want to pick back up the string. So you're going high E string, B string, G string. All right? On your left hand, you're just holding down an A minor chord shape. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? And that pattern is how we're going to play all of these chords. So on our C chord, our bass note is still that A string, so it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? For D, it's a little bit different. We're going to go to our D string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F is also going to be a little different because we're starting on our low E string here. All right? So now you have more strings to strum through in those next 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? Moving on with our E chord, it's going to be looking just like F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E7 is the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then D minor is going to look like our D chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if any of this counting is, confusing you, just make sure to listen to the song. I think that it really helps if you know what the song sounds like. The reason I wanted to present it this way is because it's a lot easier, I think, instead of thinking about it as picking individual notes or individual strings. It's easier just to think about it as strumming, but like slowly. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you you watch my right hand, my pick hand, all I'm doing is going down and then up, almost as if I'm just like really slowing down that strumming. So basically, that's how you would play through this with the picking. I think it sounds good if you use it through the entire song in place of strumming, or if you wanted to, you could combine both. The only part that's a little bit different is going to be that outro where we use the D minor chord. So here it's just A minor, C, D, F, A minor, E, A minor, D minor, and then you go back and forth between A minor and D minor until the end of the song. Just like that, and then you're going to end on a single A minor down strum. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video and just take as much time as you need to practice through how we do this kind of picking / slow strumming kind of tab here, and then once you get back we can play through the whole song. Want to jam to the rest of this song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other fast track and play along guitar tutorials. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description box down below. If you like learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe, but it's just as fun to play, so I'll see you over there. Bye!